Welcome everybody to the second episode of Unfiltered, and I'm really, really excited about tonight's guest. So I'm just going to let you go straight in with introducing yourself because I'm really excited for you to share your story. Like, honestly, I've been so excited for this. So yeah,
I don't even know where to start.
what I'll say, just introduce yourself, and then because you've gone from beauty to aesthetics, haven't you? So like a little bit of background, and then we'll delve straight into it because you have got such a powerful journey.
The funniest thing was I never even planned on going into this industry.
Really? Did you?
Yeah. No. So I did care for 12 years.
Did you?
And then COVID hit, and I was frontline for the first half of lockdown.
Right.
And then when you got to get your bubbles, all my friends were like, "Oh, I want my lashes done." Like, obviously, no one could get their lashes done, and I was like, "Oh, screw it, I'll do an online course."
Yeah, damn right. See where there's a gap in the market, you know.
Yeah, literally, I was like, "Oh, I'll just do an online course." So I did an online course, and then I was doing it in my kitchen for ages, and then we had to move like 200 odd miles away. Obviously, didn't I like escaping my ex, so like didn't know anybody. I was thinking, oh, what am I going to do for money? Like, I've got 2 kids. So I was like, oh, start advertising and I'll do the lashes there. So started doing lashes in my kitchen again. Really enjoyed it. We ended up coming back down because my mental health, with 2 kids, my mental health just declined. So I came back down south and started renting a room. She did aesthetics, and like everyone makes the life look so glamorous. And I'm like, I just want the freedom. Like, so I was working in a nightclub as well. So like Wednesday to like Sunday night, I was doing night shifts at a nightclub. And then during the day, I'm in the salon, as well as the 2 kids. And then I was doing admin for someone else, like on my other day. Like I was working so many jobs.
You're like Superwoman then. We've got Superwoman here with us tonight. Like, that is basically what you are, you're Superwoman. So that's insane then. So obviously with you almost had to like build 2 client base up then, I suppose. So because you had to leave, which we will get to a little bit later on, I think that's a really important part of your journey and your story, which, you know, I do, you know, think it'd be great for you to share if you are comfortable with that. But yeah, you would have had to start from scratch, like all over again. Like, so how did you find that then?
Hard, because I got such like, because I didn't know anybody up north. I got like, you can be who you want to be when you move to a different location. Like, there's no facade. Like where I live now, I've lived here most of my life, so everybody knows me. And obviously when everybody knows you, they know a version of you that you grow out to be. So it was nice to like build up clientele and just be my authentic self. And that's one thing I've learned to like carry on here. And then, where I lived, there wasn't many lash techs. So when I announced I was leaving, everyone was like, no, like we found a perfect lash tech. I'm like, I'm really sorry. Aww. Calm down. And then the benefit I had, obviously I was working in a nightclub. So I was getting clientele through working through the nightclub. And then I knew a lot of people anyway. So I did build up a client base here like a lot quicker. Yeah. But I would never get that again moving away. So that, I don't know. Oh. No, like if I moved away so far, I don't know people. You are starting from scratch again. I know I can do it though. I've done it twice.
Yeah.
So it would.
Yeah, it is. I mean, one of the things that I always have is when people message me like, Yannah, I'm really struggling to attract clients. So that is like a really big thing. I think people like panic with the attract of the client. So what type of things did you do to bring clients in? Obviously, I know that you said that you was working at the nightclub and things like that. So you was getting your contacts from there. But was there anything like, especially that you was kind of doing like online or anything like that?
I was advertising flat out. Like I did a lot of like content models, like obviously a reduced price, which happened to be friends. So I wasn't really fussed about that. But one thing I was really scared of like trying new trends. So like obviously like with lashes, well with anything, like there's always a new trend and it's like I'm just comfortable with what I'm doing. So I never stepped out of like the bubble. Whereas now I'm like all for, oh, let's try a new trend, because like you do a content. I always do a giveaway. I try and do once a month. I try and do a giveaway of free lashes, and like 95% of my giveaway winners have become regulars, and then they want more, and that helps with the aesthetics because a lot of my aesthetic clients have come from being my lash clients.
Yeah, so my best friend Clancy, she's not on the live tonight because she's out at a party, but she started off being a lash tech like 8 years ago. So then when she transitioned into training into aesthetics, all of her lash clients kind of came with her for the aesthetic part. So they do just go perfectly hand in hand with each other, don't they, really?
100%.
Yeah.
I remember once, one of my clients, she's a friend of mine now, I was doing her lashes and she was forever frowning. And I was like, I can't cope with this. I just whacked Botox. I was like, I can't deal with it. Like, I've got a little bit of Botox left. So, like, you're going to have it. I can't deal with you frowning. Now she just has Botox.
Yeah. It's that easy upselling though, isn't it? It's like with lashes, like as you can see, I don't be without my lashes at all. I can't be without my lashes. It's one of those things. If someone said to me, you can only have one treatment forever, it would be my lashes.
Yeah. It's identity lashes, isn't it?
Yeah, I look like a mole without them. I don't look okay at all. I look poorly. Like,
I like that.
Without
I hate not having lashes.
Yeah. So you obviously you mentioned that you was working from your kitchen. So I don't know if you saw on my last episode, we was kind of talking about this because I also worked from my kitchen when I first started as well, before I then moved into a salon. And I used to have really bad imposter syndrome because I'd look at everyone with these big fancy salons and things like that and be like, why would people come to me
100%.
when over that? So did you ever feel like that as well?
100%. Bearing in mind, so my daughter was only 5 months old and my son's autistic. So, you know, and we were in a temporary accommodation, so it wasn't even our house. So we weren't like, we have boxes everywhere and I've got like a baby crawling around and my son's having meltdowns. Sometimes I remember once having a lash client and the baby's crying and my son's stimming and it took me 3 hours. And I remember at one point, like I used to have Meadow in I can't even think now.
Carrier, like one of
yeah. So I used to have her in a carrier and I'd be doing lashes and I remember crying over my client. I didn't even charge her. I felt so bad but she kept coming back and I'm like, why would you come back to me? Like, just go to someone that's professional.
No, do you know what though? It's like that relatability, isn't it? It's like you are human. I think this industry is so easy for people to think that we're so pristine and perfect. Like, you know, we always have to kind of look a bit glam and things like that. But actually, we are just human and we have so many other things going on. You know, you had a lot going on. So she would have felt, you know, relatable to you. Like, this is a real person. Like, it's easy to gel with someone that way, isn't it?
And I have that with all my clients now. Like, I've got one client, like I've got married now, so like my life's a little bit more settled. And she's like, oh, there always used to be a story. Like, there always used to be something going on. She's like, life's just very dull for you now. Like, my clients just love to come and see the carnage of what's going on in my life. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so relatable.
Yeah, but they become friends. Don't you think clients become friends?
I honestly, my friends now are more my clients than friends that I've had for years. It's mad.
Yeah, it's true. And I always found as well, and I know a lot of people that I do speak to in this industry as well, they will say that it's more strangers that become your biggest support to what your closest friends are. Have you experienced that as well? As
I've got one client, I love her dearly. She now lives like over an hour away from me, but she still comes to me for her treatments. Her mother-in-law comes to me for treatments. Like, we become really good friends now. Like, that us and our husbands will go out for dinner and stuff, but she's the first person to big me up on everything I do. It's crazy. Yeah, I love it. Like, it means more. Like, the friendship means so much more because they generally want to see you do good.
Yeah. It's like, I had a friend that, you know, is in the hair industry, and she was basically saying that no one was engaging with her content ever, like, at all. So I kind of said to her, I goes, right, I tell you what, let's do a little bit of a test. We'll do like a bit of a poll on your stories. Let's see how you get on with this. And it literally was something so simple, like, what colour hair have you got? And we did every colour that you could think of. And we even put bold on there. Like, so, you know, everyone's got a head. Every single person that viewed that story could have, you know, engaged with that, and not a single person did. And it was something like 100 and something people watched.
To be honest, I struggle with that. Like, I really try to like do polls and things to get people. Like, I am rubbish when it comes to content. Like, I'm running, like, I've got like Urban Lash, but the salon I've created is called The Circle, which obviously is like, because I didn't want it just individually me. I thought we're all a collective. I wanted something different. So obviously I'm running that social media. I'm running Urban Lash. We've set up my husband's business. So I've got 3 businesses going on. And I, like, today I was like, because obviously it's half term, I was like, I've done no content for anything. And then but I don't get that much engagement on social media as I thought I would.
You know what though? I think this is a really good point though. I think, you know, if you don't have the engagement, it actually doesn't really matter in a sense, because someone could have like 100,000 followers, yet someone with a smaller following and less engagement, they're actually, you know, doing better, if that makes sense. So
I think a lot of people, like, when they've got loads of followings, it kind of puts me off, because I just think you're pestering people. And I've had it where, like, you know, on my personal page where I like I like their content or whatever, so I follow them, and then it's like straight away you've got a message, and I'm like, that's such an instant ick. Like, don't do that. Like, if I want to come to you, I'll come to you. I don't need you to come to me.
Yeah, it's like that selling promotion straight away, isn't it? Landing straight in your inbox as such, like, every single time. So no, I do 100% get that. Yeah, no, Brill. So let's go back to a bit of your story, because you've built your business based on pure and utter strength and determination. And I just think that is such an important thing to highlight for your journey as well before we kind of go into it. So are you kind of happy to like share a little bit of the type of challenges you was facing?
I tell you what, I honestly don't know how my business is still going. Like, and I'm so lucky to have the clients that I've got, that they've stood by me. Obviously, I've lost them on the way, which is fine. That was understandable. I'm lucky to even still have it. But yeah, so I was with my daughter's dad, really bad domestic violence. So we ended up fleeing. We were gone for about a year. And then when I came back, I was very determined. Like, I know, like, I'm just me and my kids. That's all I'm doing. A year later, I did actually end up getting back with him, and it was horrific. And like, I wasn't allowed to go to work. And if I did go to work, he was sat in the salon drinking a bottle of bloody port. Like, it was just unprofessional. Or he would kick off and walk out. And then it's like, oh, well, I'll have to leave because I can't stay here. There'd be like times that like I was so beaten that I just couldn't go to work. I'm like, I can't go to the salon like looking like that. I remember going to do a Botox client, and he was like, I was 5 minutes up, well, you clearly didn't go to work. I'm like, it's a 10-minute procedure. Do you know what I mean? Like, you live around the corner. It doesn't got accused of cheating. So I was just like, it's better for me to just not even go to work. So I ended up just like cancelling people unless like they were really close to me. I couldn't deal with the conversation, and it was just absolute carnage. And it ended up in like, he did almost kill me. And I don't know why, because normal people would just go to their pit and be like, nah, I give up on life. Whereas me, I was like, right, work. Like, I completely renovated my salon. I was just fully focused in like, I want to build something for me and the kids. So yeah, like, I look at the progression, like I look at the beginning of last year to now, and I'm like, how this is still standing, I have no idea, but it's so much better. My focus for it is so much better than it was before. I kind of needed it to like I wasn't just plain sailing anymore. Like, there was a drive for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, going through, because like when me and you were first having a conversation, you shared your story with me. I was working in domestic abuse support early last year. I did my training in it and everything like that. And I was supporting, victims through court and things like that. And you do see a lot of victims, they will pour their energy into something else because you've never really had that experience. It's almost like you're finding something for yourself and you're building something for yourself after going through something so horrific.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Like, massive freedom. And it's like, when you're in that situation, someone tears everything of your life away from you. And he took everything, like, I had nothing left. Like, my home just became a shell. And like, we finally got a home. We were homeless because of him for 2 years. And then we finally got a home. We were here for 4 months, and he just completely ruined it. Granted, it was partly my fault because I shouldn't have gone back. But you live and learn, and it's one of those things with a trauma bond. Like, you don't really understand it until you're in it, and it's like you need that final thing to be like, I'm absolutely done. And like, I had to go through what I went through to have that moment. But now I'm at a point where obviously I'm married to someone else now. Like, I've met someone through that trauma, and like, I'm all business. Like, he's like my husband now. I'm like, right, let's just like, because he does like car wraps and signage and stuff. So I'm like, right, let's set up your business, because I love my freedom. I like to think, oh, I've got no clients for 4 days, I'm going on holiday. Obviously, he's in a contracted job, so he can't do that. I'm like, that's not fitting my lifestyle. Like, and my client, that's another thing. Like, my clients is like, they know like my mental health, like, I need a break. So if I'm like, okay, I've got a date, but if I'm like, guys, can I just push you for 4 days? They're so used to it now, but they still come back. But they're like, yeah, okay, like, have a good time. I just need 4 days sat by a pool. Do you know what I mean? In the sunshine, gather my thoughts and come back, and then I'm rebooted. But my clients will always come back, and it's great.
You know what though? Again, it comes down to the relatability part of it, doesn't it? And the thing is, with this type of business, we are the brand. We do the hands-on treatments. We're the brand. We're doing absolutely everything. So on them days where, your mental health, or, you're feeling burnt out, or you're feeling exhausted, we do need that breather. There isn't someone else that you can say, do you know what, I'm ringing in sick today, someone else will pick it up. It's just not. And, I think it's really important that having that kind of good relationship with your clients, and them having that understanding that you can do that, it's 100%. So important, isn't it? Having that, because your clients are just, I miss my clients so much, because I don't do the practicing side of things anymore. Yeah. I miss my weekly catch-ups with my clients.
It's your social life. It is. And I say this to my husband, because we don't do anything. Like, I literally am a mum, and I work, and I'm a wife. But like work for me, like that's my social, like I come home and I'm dead and I'm like, my social battery's gone. I've been at work for God knows how long. I've lived and I've spoken and I've done it all. Do you know what I mean? Like you've crammed it all into a session. Yeah. But it is like, I love the social aspect of it.
Yeah. I mean, the social battery thing, relatable as hell, because my social battery, honestly, it's like I can be one day I'm like right on the ball, like yeah, I can't wait to see everyone or whatever, and I'll go and see some friends or anything, or have a full day of clients or whatever back then, and by the end of it I'd be like, right, no one talk to me, I've got to go and sit in my room on my own, I need that breathing space, I need to, because even the noise of the TV, I'd be like, turn it down. It was like only on like volume 6. Like, yeah, but everything just felt like overwhelmingly, and it does get you like that, doesn't it? It's like, oh, I'm just too excited.
Especially when like, come like a Tuesday, like Tuesday's my late clinic, so I could finish at like 9, 10 o'clock at night. Wednesday I have off now, like I have a study day because I'm doing my regulated courses, so that's my study day. And then like Thursday, I'm like, I'm still too drained because like being at the computer all day as well, that's exhausting. I'm like, so I'll go in and I'm like moody, but I'll always make sure like, my first couple of clients are like friends of mine because then they'll boost me up. And I'm like, my husband will be like, you're really hyper at work, but like you're not hyper at home. And I'm like, because it's just completely different atmosphere.
Different, and you do kind of put on a bit of a persona sometimes.
Oh,
like, your life can be literally falling apart behind the scenes. You're into it, like hi everyone, like I can remember like crying to some of my clients because having like a really bad day, and they're like, Yannah, you're never like this, and I'm like, I am, you just don't see it. Like you just don't see it. Like,
I've had that a few times.
Tough. It's so tough. So kind of going back then, so obviously you started off in beauty, so what type of treatments was you doing in beauty? What would you?
I literally was just doing lashes.
Doing your lashes, yeah, and then you moved into aesthetics. So when you moved into aesthetics, then what type of course did you take? Did you take one like a CPD one, like what I originally did?
My first course. Now I have to be careful here. So I was obviously renting a room in the salon.
Yeah.
And she did aesthetics. She actually became like my best friend. We did everything together. So did my courses with her, and then obviously my son's autistic, and he at the time was in mainstream school and he was always getting suspended. I was like, I can't have him here, like I need to get my own place. So it came up that a shop was available near where I lived at the time, so I was like, I'm gonna rent it and just do because I can bring him to work, like I haven't got to stress about other people, like everyone knows what my son's like, so that's fine. And like I was setting up the salon and I was just looking at my certificates and I was like, something just doesn't feel right. So then I was like investigating, and it turned out she wasn't qualified, like her courses weren't accredited. So I had been practicing from June till December at this point, like technically not qualified. So I'm there like sat on it for ages. I'm thinking she's meant to be my friend, so I don't really know how to address this situation. So I was like, I emailed CPD, I did loads of research, got all my evidence together. And then I like spoke to a couple of people that I knew had trained with her, so they've looked into it. So I knew it wasn't just me, and like other people had the evidence as well. So I confronted her, and no, that's a lie. I did not confront her. What I did is I found another course because my friend had trained. I was like, who did you train with? So I went to Manchester to retrain, and I outed her, and I'm not, my socials blew up. I probably handled it the wrong way, but I did like a massive story about this situation, uploaded all the evidence because I thought you're not backing out of it. Like I'm going to fully like front you about this and everyone can see what you've done. Then she was like, oh, it's like different colored badges. I was like, I'm not even that stupid, hun. Do you know what I mean? So then she's going to everyone. She's like, oh, she's going to get the badges changed. And I'm like, that's not how it works, guys. Like I've got the letter from CPD. They're not accredited courses. So that was a massive facade for a very long time. And then, yeah, so obviously I went and retrained, which I'm glad I did because I got a lot more experience because obviously she was my friend. She kind of was just a bit lazy with the training. Yeah. And she wanted me to like work for her. And I'm like, I'm not being funny, but I'm not coming into this to like take a percentage. Like I want freedom for me and the kids. I'm not doing that. Yeah. So I went and retrained and then came back in full force with a bit more experience, more training, like training in different areas. And yeah, so it was CPD. And then obviously all the blimmin' the regulated rumours again. I'm panicking.
Yeah.
Because even CPD courses are not cheap, and I've done it twice. Okay, so that's in the bank. That's a lot of money. So yeah, so then I was like, where I live, aesthetics is oversaturated. Like everybody does it because it's just like they just think it's a quick, easy thing to get into, and we'll just stick to that. Whereas like I want to continuously learn. So like I've done like refresher courses, and then I've done courses and other things. Like I just want to keep like going. So yeah, so I like longed off the regulated courses for ages, and I thought I'm just going to give up aesthetics because everywhere I looked it was like 20 odd grand, and I'm like, do I really want to invest that much money into aesthetics? Not really, no.
No, it is insane. So, I think the sad thing about it, I mean, obviously your situation with when you first, trained with your friend, that's absolutely insane. Like, you must have been stressed, because I know that I would have been absolutely stressed.
I'm in a salon, I'm thinking, I've just took the salon. How am I going to afford this salon without doing aesthetics? Like, what am I going to, not only that, but it's like, am I going to get in trouble because I've been practicing this whole time? Like, yeah, it was a stress.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that's really sad that someone would actually do that to someone else as well, knowingly, like...
And that's what annoyed me. I said, it's not even the fact, like, if you want to screw people over, like, you do you. Yeah. I'm meant to be your best friend. So you've not just screwed me over, you screwed over 2 kids that you claim to love. That's what done it for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you robbed my kids, not me. That's what annoyed me.
Yeah, no, that is really sad. And you know what? There's so many horror stories with training. I mean, my friend, she's in Liverpool, and she did some training last year, and it was absolutely awful. Because she was already experienced in aesthetics, she was on like the same course as people that was new to aesthetics, but she was doing her advanced at the same time. So she ended up training the people on the course, like how to inject. And she says it was the weirdest experience ever. She said, I basically trained them. The trainer wasn't even in the room half the time. Like, honestly,
who does that?
What? Like, this is insane. This is absolutely insane.
So many people get poor training and then they're just left to their own devices. You get all this like, lifetime support, blah blah. That is absolute bollocks. Absolutely. Like, once you're qualified and they've got your money, you're on your own, and it's scary.
Yeah. This is one of the biggest things. This is why I changed over to the CEO Digital Lab and what I put a focus on. Because when I came into the industry, like you said, you promise lifetime support, and it's not just aesthetics, it's beauty, hair, everything. It's all right, clients. That's my best friend just coming on now. I thought you was at a party. No one gets that support. They're promised lifetime support. They will send a message to their trainer and not get a response for a week or 2. And when you are new to an industry and you're just left walking away with your certificates into a big wide world, and you are now qualified to, do things on people's bodies and faces and things like that, like, and there's no support there, it's terrifying. Like, wow.
My friend, she trained, and she was constantly messaging me like for advice because she couldn't get hold of her trainer, and I'm like, babe, like, I haven't been doing this long. I don't think I'd even been doing it a year at this point. Obviously, like, I knew what I was doing, so I could advise her. But then I was like, so I actually teach now, and I'm like, I want to be what I needed. Do you know what I mean? Because I have, even like complications, I've had people come to me with complications from other practitioners, but they haven't been listened to. And I'm like, obviously I would never leave anyone like that's concerned, like, I'll see to it. But I'm like, that's crazy. Like, you go to someone with so much trust, and it might not even be that they're just like rubbish with their messages, but they feel so unqualified and have no help for themselves that they're just like, I'm going to ignore this because I don't actually know what to do. And that's scary, because it's like, if you feel like that, you shouldn't be injecting people.
It is absolutely terrifying. I mean, my friend Clancy, who's just joined, she wants to go into teaching, and because she's been a lash tech, I think it's for 7 or 8 years or whatever it's been now, and then she went into aesthetics, and she really wants to go into training for lashes, ready for that, and then she will eventually go into aesthetics. But even she will say in the comments right now, she, when she qualified, she would not have thought twice and gone, oh yeah, I'm going to be, I'm going to go into aesthetic training, because it is a huge, huge responsibility, and your knowledge needs to be second to none. And I think that's the problem. People are seeing money signs, and, it's a big whole glam industry that people think like, oh, I'm going to go into aesthetics, I'm going to be earning, 10 grand a month from the get-go. And it doesn't work out like that. Yeah, we wish. Of course we wish. But it doesn't work out like that, does it? And they do portray it in that way. So then what we were seeing, or what we are seeing a lot in the industry, is people are thinking, right, I'm just going to become a trainer then.
Yeah.
So now it's like, yeah, they're not actually got this big, So
I, like, my training, I'm only currently doing lashes because, like, I've lashed for God knows how long. Yeah. And I'm at the point kind of like, I'm past it. It's my bread and butter, but I am a little bit past it. So I'd rather teach people. But I'm not going to do, also at this point, doing training for aesthetics is pointless, because unless you can be a regulated training academy, so they can do their regulated courses, people are just robbing your money. It's absolutely pointless for you now to go and do a CPD course because you're going to be stuck, and then you've got to go and find somewhere for regulated courses. So for me, it's like, I'm not even going to bother doing my aesthetics until I've done all my regulated courses, and then who I'm with, they help you, they do training for you to be a regulated centre. Then I'll do that. Like, I'm not going to be handing out CPD aesthetics certificates. Like, it's just a waste of people's money. I'm not doing it.
And I love that you're putting that out there as well, because this is this is the whole point of having these conversations. They're so important to educate the public as well on actually what goes on behind the scenes in the industry. Because, I personally, I wouldn't offer anything CPD right now either, not in aesthetics anyway. Absolutely, definitely not.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of people now, like, obviously all these aesthetics courses should be like for between 3 to 5 grand. Now they're all like 1,500. Yeah, because they can't do nothing with it. You just want to take all their money now, and then when it comes to it, oh, sorry, I can't help you. But you're just, this aesthetics is very much like care work. If you haven't got the passion and the dedication for your clients, there is absolutely no point you being in it, because it is not a money making business. Like, for me, like, I do it, like, I hate big lips. I hate like the fakeness of it. I love natural enhancements. I love like natural beauty. So if I try and keep it as natural as possible, just to give my clients a bit of confidence, like, that's all it is for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if your clients are not the forefront, like, don't be in the industry. It's that simple.
100%. I couldn't have said that any better than myself. Like, honestly, that was, yeah, literally that there. And I always say to people, if you're entering this industry for a quick money fix, please leave. You're not welcome.
In all honesty, this industry is a money pit.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. It really is. And I just think it's got such a reputation for it as well. Like you said, the fake duck lips, that is massive, isn't it? Fake duck lips is massive. So people think now that filler has got a really bad reputation, when actually filler can be used in such a beautiful way. It's a work of art. The things you can do with filler on the face is just incredible, I think. The profile balancing and all that type of stuff. And again, it's people not being ethical, in my opinion, because I've had people come to me and be like, oh, I want 2 mil in my lips. And I'm like, definitely not, babe. That's just not happening. Like,
I've had so many. I'm like, who puts 2 mil on a lip? Oh. I mean, people do it, but I just think, what makes you like? I'm really cautious about doing a mil, and to be honest, 9 times out of 10, I don't even do a full mil, because you just don't need it. And the thing is, the swelling obviously happens like during the process. So you don't actually know what you're doing. Like, you need to make sure that you've got everything precise, and then let them go. If in like a few months' time they want to have a little bit more sound, don't overload. Why do people do that?
I think what it is, again, it comes down to the money side of things, isn't it? So there's been times where someone will come to me, they're booking something, they walk in and I'll be like, I'm so sorry, but I am not doing this treatment on you today. You're not suitable for it, or this isn't going to look right. These lips need dissolving before we do any work on them. And, they walk away. Yeah, don't get me wrong, there's been some upset clients, but I would much rather hold my head high and put my hand on my heart and saying I've done the right thing for that client, because that is what comes first.
It's your reputation at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I say to people, I'm like, I could do that. I won't, because that's my name on your face. I'm not doing that. And then it's like, I had this one girl, her lips were huge. She come in, she wanted a meal. I said, I'm not doing that. I said, I'm happy to dissolve. We can refill in 2 weeks. 2 days later, she's on someone else's Instagram, had her lips done. I'm thinking, what on earth? What on earth?
It's definitely the money grabbing side of it. It is. That's exactly what it is. It's people chasing the money, isn't it? And like you say, it is such, a saturated industry, isn't it? It is. There's no beating around the bush. Like, there's a lot of people that are doing aesthetics. There is. So I think people would much rather have people in their chairs, but then people like yourself, for you, it's actually a loyal client base, because having a loyal client base beats chasing new clients any day of the week.
And this is the thing, like, don't get me wrong, I do offers sometimes on certain things, but it's like, if you're always doing offers that are massively undervalued, you're only going to be getting clients that are not going to be loyal. They're there for a freebie, because that's pretty much what it is. And you're going to constantly be looking for more clients. Whereas I'd rather just stick to my prices. I do them a little cheeky deal, or like on the day I'm like, oh, just pay me whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, because your loyalty, I'm showing your loyalty by giving you like a little bit of a discount. Then and know that I've got that consistency, instead of just having new people in and out. Because like, I don't gel well with that myself. My head cannot comprehend that. Do you know what I mean? No, yeah, people, like, I see it a lot. Like, people are like, oh, there's someone so busy, and I'm like, but look, like, they've always got offers on. Like, they're busy because they're chasing the wrong clientele.
Yeah, and that is so important to highlight because it's about attracting the right clients. And I've had conversations with numerous people since I've opened the CEO Digital Lab, and they're saying I just can't get client bookings. So when I say to them, okay, so what is your ideal client? And they'll say, well, what do you mean by ideal client? I'm like, well, what is it that you're wanting to attract? What type of clients are you wanting to treat? Oh, well, I don't know. Well, first of all, let's, simplify that. You need to understand who your ideal client is, and then you can market to them. But you need to be attracting the right clients, because attracting the wrong ones that, like you say, chasing the discounts, chasing the offers, they are never going to be loyal. They're just going to hop from practitioner to practitioner to practitioner, and they drain your energy as well. They are definitely the ones that will complain over the most tiniest things.
100%.
You'll get all of that, won't you? So,
and the problem is, they're going from practitioner to practitioner. So you're going over people's work. Your work's going to be different to other people. You're not going to get the satisfaction that you like. I love virgin lips, love them. I love them. The satisfaction I get out of virgin lips, oh my days. Like, you, even like building up from your work, like that is satisfaction. You're not really going to get that, oh my God, I love that set of lips, or I love those cheeks, when you're going over other people's work. And for them, it's like, well, that's not how it was done last time. Well, no, because I didn't do them last time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I always say, I used to say, should I say, when someone would say, oh, my old practitioner did it, and I'd be like, well, go back to them.
Yeah, bye.
You obviously come to me for a reason. So, everyone has kind of got their little spin and techniques on things, haven't they? Like, that you do just gradually get that. That's when you become more experienced, you'll be a bit like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna try that.
You know what? I used to be so scared. I used to be like, I was like, I'm just sticking to what I was taught. And then obviously you watch TikToks, you watch other practitioners, you see their work, and like Paige Ranger, so my friend learnt with her, and I see a lot of her work, and I'm like, so I pick up little tricks from other people, but then you pick up your own, because it's like, well, actually, I quite like this. And it's like a mixture of other people's stuff, but you've got your own little work. And I'm so for that now. And I'm like, I look beyond what my comfort zone is in that sense. Do you know what I mean? Because I know my potential is more than that. Like, you have got to be out of the box a little bit.
You do. I mean, I think it's, now as well, I think once you're confident enough to try new things, then yes, go for it. Like, absolutely go for it. I mean, I've seen people that have just started, and they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. I've seen people using, really poor products and bad techniques. And I mean, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if you are on Facebook, but there was a woman that had been to have her face microneedled. I don't think it was in this country. I think she went somewhere in America. And her face, it was like a scab. You could see where the microneedling pen had just been scraped down her face. You've had that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you've not seen that? I thought you said that you had that. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, honestly, I've never seen anything like it. I don't know what this practitioner had done to this poor woman's face, but she's scarred for life, completely scarred for life, because it was almost, I can't even explain it. It's like she's just been scraped with a blade down her face. And I just think, what are you doing? Like, surely when you are doing this treatment, you'd be thinking something's not quite right here. Let me just stop, not just carry on. Not just carry on. Insane.
But then it's like, have they had training? Because a lot of people with microneedling, they do it at home and they think, oh, I'll just bring that into the salon now. Yeah. It's not the same. It's not the same. Do you know what I mean?
No, there's a microneedling forum on Facebook that comes up on my page all the time. I don't know why, because I'm not part of it, and it's people that are doing it at home themselves. And there was even a question the other day. She put, "Does the needles need to be sterile every time, or can I reuse them?"
What are you doing?
Like, this is why you shouldn't be doing these types of treatments at home. This is it. Like, there's certain treatments that should not be done at home, in my opinion. And if you don't even know if it's, if you need to have a sterile needle each time, then that is proof that you should.
To be fair, there is a lot about microneedling at the moment, because a lot of people, and it's because of TikTok, a lot of people are just like buying a pen off Amazon and they're just doing it at home. Now, don't get me wrong, like, for educational purposes, I've done like my own Lumi eyes, I've done my own lemon bottle, I've done my own microneedling, but I always state, like, unless you're a qualified practitioner, do not do this at home.
Yeah. Literally, it's a bit like the dermaplaning blades that was going all around on TikTok, like them, and people was like, oh yeah, these are just better than the normal stuff. No, they're really not. You're just ruining your skin barrier. Like this, and like you say, social media and TikTok trends are such a problem at times, because one video goes viral and then everyone thinks, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. That looks okay to do. And it's like, no, like, think of your own safety and your health. You don't understand the treatment. It's not what you're seeing on a 10-second reel. It's insane.
No. The problem is everyone just wants to save money. And that's one thing, especially like I would definitely see like now, the industry is dying a little bit because it's expensive and it's hard. Like I was going to go do a course in sculpture, so expensive. And I'm like, not the course, but like the actual treatment for people. And I'm like, I cannot warrant charging someone that amount of money. Yes, okay, it'd be beneficial, but like no one's got that to waste. Do you know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. So people are going to find other ways of doing stuff at home.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, you mentioned that as well. I see so many people doing lots of different training courses. So they're adding to their treatments, adding to their treatments, adding to their treatments. So they're spending all of this money on, new treatments. Then your insurance goes up. You're having to buy all the stock, etc., etc. And they've actually not got the client demand for it because
that's what I mean. It's a money pit.
Yeah, it's very different now to what it was all them years ago. Because don't get me wrong, it's a massive industry. It is. But like you say, it's luxury now, isn't it? To have treatments, it's luxury. I mean, there's been times that I've had to go without lashes for weeks on end because the bank isn't looking too happy. Let's be real here. And I've had to go without my lashes. Like,
I'm wearing. And I shouldn't say this because I'm a lash tech, but I'm wearing clusters. And the other day. Yesterday, so I was going to book an appointment and I was like, this sounds really snobby now, but like when my clients come to me at 3 weeks with amazing retention, quick infill, and mine only last a week, I refuse to pay to get my lashes done. So as a lash tech, I don't advise it, but I do wear clusters.
So Clancy, so my friend Clancy, she put, no way, not clusters. But my daughter wears them, and she tried to put them on me when I literally couldn't afford to have them done, and I am the worst at having my eyes shut. Like clients will tell you, I'm her worst client. I flinch. I'm like, get off me! I can't breathe. I'm like, call an ambulance. Like I'm the worst, the absolute worst client that she's probably ever had in her life. It's a good job she's my best friend because if she wasn't, I'd be struck off from every lash tech right here. No one would go near me. I am the worst. And my daughter was trying to put these cluster lashes on. Every time she came near me, I was like, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Absolutely.
But that's nothing. Like I hate people near my eyes, and I'm like, I have to sit there. I've got ADHD as well, so that doesn't help. So I'm sat there and I'm like, I'm nearly done, yeah. And because you're a lash tech as well, you know what they're doing, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, this is so uncomfortable.
It's the worst. I am definitely the worst client. Like, honestly, if I had a client like me when I was doing lashes, I would have quit. Like, I would have been like, hell no, I am not dealing with this girl. Like, what the hell is she doing?
It's funny, actually, because my best friend is exactly the same. And I'm like, you're lucky you're my best friend. She's got 1,000 lashes as well. She's like severe ADHD. So she's like tossing and turning. And when are you done? Where are you at? Blah, blah. And I'm like, you're lucky. Like, she got me to the point where like I was manic come the end. And I'm like, well, you just shut up. And then I had someone wait. I'm like, she's my friend. It's fine. Like, don't worry about it. But yeah, she's a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm not just telling a random client to shut up. Like, I do know her.
I am professional.
I love that. So what do you think? So with a lot of practitioners, a lot of people are coming into the industry still. We are seeing a massive increase, still people coming into the industry. I think it has died down a little bit from what it was a couple of years ago. I do think it has gone a little bit more quieter. But what type of mistakes are you seeing new practitioners do as such? Like, is there anything that you see and think,
they're too quick to rush? Like lip filler, like I can't express to you. One, like, obviously you need to research your brands. Now there's one brand that I just don't recommend. Like the swelling is absolutely atrocious. I would never even use it, but because it's a cheaper brand, like they will go for it. And I understand they want to try and save money because it is a money pit to begin with, but also you've got to think of your clients. The amount of lips I've had to dissolve from other practitioners because like the swelling is so bad that this one girl had blisters. Like they were cutting, honestly, it was so bad, so I had to dissolve them. And the hospital, like they didn't really do much. She couldn't get hold of a practitioner, and it was just because, tell me the brand. I don't know if I want to do that. Can I do that?
That podcast is it's called Unfiltered, babe. It's real stories.
Lumifil. Like I don't rate Lumifil at all. Like I would never use it. Even so someone used it on me, and my lips, I'm not even joking you, it looked like I got stung by a bee. I thought I was going to dissolve my own lips. My lips were so bad. I looked like they were literally like that. Honestly, I'll send you a photo later. Yeah. Awful. And I was like, as a practitioner, I know they're okay, but like if I wasn't a practitioner and I had no idea, I'd be like, fuck, like what's going on with my lips? Because your practitioners don't even know how bad it can be. Do you know what I mean? And then I see a lot of like complications with VOs. touch wood, thankfully it's never happened from me, but I've dealt with other people that have had it, because people are just so quick to get into the lips. Oh, I use the same filler. I love that filler. I'm all for it. And they're just going too quick. They're not checking like for the blanching. They're just like in, out, done. For me, I take an hour on lips because I'm so like checking. I want to make sure it's symmetrical. I want to make sure that there's no lumps. I want to make sure it's perfect. And I had a client come in, 2 of them. So they were in for 2 hours and they're like, oh, normally it takes about 45 minutes for both of us. I'm like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
Including numbing time. Like, are you okay? No. That's like awful.
I used to block out an hour for mine. And if it went over, I went over. And to be fair, at the very beginning myself anyway, I never did, like the back-to-back clients. I never did like 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out. Because I didn't want that. Like,
you rush yourself in your head.
Yeah.
You're like rushing. Like, I never used to do the 1 in, 1 out, but now, like, I've been doing it for a few years, so I know my timing. So I am, and they're mainly friends anyway, so they don't mind to wait or we all chat. So I am not 1 in, 1 out, but like I have like a 10-minute gap in between. But before I'd like space it out for a good few hours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and I can remember, last week, even on the podcast last week, we was literally talking about lips, because when I trained in lips, I was absolutely absolutely terrified, because we'd just gone through everything that can go wrong, going through a VI and all that type of stuff. And then it was like, right, okay, the models are outside now. And I was like, no, I'm not going nowhere near anyone's lips, like at all. I was like, no, it's just not happening. And I held up the models for like 2 hours, and obviously they was getting a bit frustrated. So the trainer in the end was like, Yannah, you need to do this. It's either now or never. And I was like,
it's like they've scared you. And then like, right now you got to do it.
Yeah.
So you told me worst case scenario, and now you want me to go and do it. Yeah. That does not make no sense.
No, it was the absolute worst. Like, it was just like, I just thought, oh my gosh, like I can't do this to someone. Like, I can't, it just terrified me. It was the one thing I was fine with. Everything else except lips, it terrified me.
I was the same.
Yeah, and then when I very first started, I don't think I injected anyone's lips for about, I think it must have been about 2-3 months.
So I had loads of models, and then I actually did a masterclass on lips, because I did 1 set of lips on my friend, and I look back at them and like, I'm so not happy with them. She loves them, but now I'm where I'm at, and I'm like, they would have been perfect lips to do what I do now. And I was like, they put me off doing lips. I was like, I'm not doing it, because I was shaking, like I was sweating, and I was so nervous, and you've got to remain calm for them. So then you're just chatting absolute bollocks, because you're like, I don't want them to know that I'm absolutely shitting myself. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But now, like, I love lips. It's my favorite thing. If someone's like, I want lips. If it's like I said earlier, like virgin lips, I'm like, yeah, I'm all here for it. Or if someone's like, can I have a dissolve and refill? I'm like, absolutely. Because like, I like seeing my own style on it. Like, my style is like very flat look, and I love it. But yeah, a lot of people now, the problem is a lot of them are young. So they are sold a dream that's like, I can make all this money and like have financial freedom, and I can just be young and wild. They're young and wild, which is part of the problem, because you're out on the weekend when actually you need, like, you're going to be at work, or you're going to be in work hungover. And some older women are like it too. When actually, like, I would never go out drinking the night before knowing I've got to do a set of lips the next day. Absolutely not. Like, no, thank you. Like, so they don't have a sensible head. And like, obviously you train in like the microneedling, dermaplaning, like, and everyone thinks, oh, I'm just going to advertise everything. And actually what you need to do is just find a niche, focus on that, and then expand on everything else that you've trained with.
Literally. So I can remember there was like things on my treatment list that was on there, such as like fat dissolving, because it came, obviously you learn that as part of your course. Did I ever do any fat dissolving on anyone? I think I did one person out the whole time. It wasn't for me. It didn't interest me. So, I started to niche down because I fell in love with skin. I was all about the skin, all about the skin journey. So that became my niche area. So, it was all like the facials and the microneedling and the dermaplaning and things like that, using medical grade products, etc. I absolutely love that. And I always say to people, if they are struggling to attract the right clients, find your niche, which is why you need to find what your ideal client is. Find what your ideal client is. Then you can look and be like, right, what do I really enjoy doing? What don't I enjoy doing? What fits in with this profile? What doesn't fit in this profile? Like, once you figure that bit out, everything else comes with it, because then you know how to market moving forward. You know what content to put out there. You know how to speak in the language that your client will be speaking in. Like I say to people, it's fine you posting on TikTok your before and afters, but if you're marketing to 50 plus, they're likely not scrolling on TikTok, are they? They're going to be on the other type of platforms as such. So It's just so important. I do massively think, yeah, a niche is important. I do.
Funny though, because like my niche has completely changed now. So like my mum works in my salon and she does like non-surgical facelift, like free massage, the Japanese head spa, reflexology. A lot of her Japanese head spa is amazing. I'm training in it in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
I'm gonna have to come and visit you. I'm gonna have to.
You're gonna have to.
Booking in.
So, but her clients are older, and obviously they come in and they're like, and older ladies and men, like they want to feel young again. They want to look young. They want their spark back. So then I get a lot of like, I've had quite a lot of my mum's clients now, and actually it's made me think like they don't want dermal filler. Yes, I can do work with it, but they're at an age now that dermal filler is not going to be that beneficial. So like now it's got me thinking like now I want to go into the skin side of thing, which never interested me. So obviously now I'm doing my regulated course. I'm on level 4, which is all about skin rejuvenating. So I'm learning more about that. And I'm like, I've got to do a case study with microneedling, which I don't really offer because it just does not interest me. But now I'm like, actually, I've got quite a few clients where like that would be perfect for you. So I'm like kind of moving my niche over. Like I'll forever love lips. Lips and cheeks are like my fave. I will forever do those. But like I am moving more over to the skin side now because I do like, there's nothing wrong with dermal filler, like obviously, but I do like the more natural things like the skin boosters and the polynucleotides, like just more natural, do you know what I mean, than having a face full of filler.
Skin boosters, I've got my heart. Skin
Skin
boosters.
boosters. Listen, I don't wear makeup anymore. I love skin boosters.
Obsessed. Literally.
I would never leave the house without makeup. And then now I started doing skin boosters. I'm like, I don't need makeup. My skin glows.
Skin boosters are an absolute game changer. In my opinion, it's the best product to come into this industry. I just think they're absolutely fantastic because they're just so, versatile as well. There's just something for every area, and also it's like the age thing, isn't it? You can tailor a treatment to a range of different ages with the skin boost as well, which is what I love. Like you say, the younger generation tend to go for the fillers and the Botox and things like that, but then the older generation are wanting to look at ways to get some glow back and some hydration back into their skin, which I think is just, I love the transformation of skin.
I've got one client, she used to go to my mum, she had the natural facelift. She's like, I'm like, I can see the benefit, but like not fully. And I'm like, we'll try skin boosters. And she's had a second one, a third one in a couple of weeks. And she's like, I can already see a difference. Like, obviously it's the BAP technique. So obviously lifts up the face as well. And she's like this is starting to lift a bit more. And my face is feeling softer. Like it's not so dry. Like she absolutely, she literally calls me a musician. I do her daughter-in-law. She has her skin boosters and everything. Like they love me. They're like, you work so much magic on us. They absolutely love it. But I do like, my first point would be like, let's try skin boosters. Like, I don't want to go direct to filler. Like for me, like that's last scenario. We'll do filler. Let's try everything else before.
Yeah, 100%. Because I've got really you can't probably see on here, but when I smile, like I have got really bad sinking under eyes. I get it from my dad. I've had it since I was younger. It's not even like it's an age thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm starting to age a bit, right? But it's not even. I've just always had them. They're more prominent. And I've not gone for the tear trough filler yet. I'm just like, nah. Like I'm trying to literally stay away from it as much as I can, and just just literally under eye boosters all the way. I'll give that a go over filler any day of the week.
I need tear trough.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
and I've only done it on a few people. It's such a dangerous area. Like I don't even like doing it, let alone having it. Like no, thank you. I think I'll just deal with. I just do Lumia.
Yeah, I love doing skin boosts on the eye. I just absolutely loved it. I mean, I did do like Jalupro eye and Ami eyes and all that type of stuff. I loved it, absolutely loved it. But I never trained in tear at all. I never did. And even the thought of someone coming near me doing that, because I'm an absolute nightmare just having my lashes done, thinking and knowing that you're going to have something being shoved up here, I think is absolutely terrifying.
It's not so bad though, because it is cannula. Obviously, like you go into like this point, you know what I mean? So you're not right up by the eye. But for me, it's like the skin is so thin here. I'm so gentle, and I'm like, oh, like I'm like a delicate little bee, and they're like, it's fine, like I can't feel anything, and I'm like, I can see what I'm doing, like I just don't like it. And if you overfill that by accident, like you're absolutely screwed. It's such a dangerous area. Like nose as well. Like I refuse point blank. I will not do nose.
What's your what? So with noses, what is it that puts you off it so much? Is it because it is just such a dangerous area?
It's so dangerous, and there are so many complications. Like I know someone that almost lost their nose. Like no, yeah. Like I don't mind doing this bit, like the bridge. That's easy. That's fine. Like I'll do, but this, no, thank you. No.
No, they was the two things. Well, actually, the third thing was threads. I never trained in threads either. I didn't want to go near them. Didn't want to go.
To be honest, so who I trained with originally, she did threads, and I remember once, like, she was like, "Oh, like, just sit in with me," and I ended up doing half the fit. The most disgusting thing, ever. No, thank you.
I think the really big concerning thing about threads is they can break, and then they've got to have surgery to have it removed. Like,
No, thanks.
Like, are you insane? Like, why? I think a big concern to me is the general public are willingly going for certain treatments. It's a bit like the BBLs, right? The liquid.
We come to that.
Like,
so again, she used to do BBLs, and she would she was like, "Oh, do you want to have a go?" And I was like, "I'll have a go." Didn't really understand much of the complications. Obviously, now it's all heightened in the news. It's too thick for you to even guide where you're going. Like, it just doesn't feel safe even doing it. And like, they give the aftercare. So many people have infections, and it's like, it's not about the aftercare. It's a foreign thing going in your body, and there's too much of it. Like, the jars of filler they put in there are massive, ridiculous, and they're like, oh, you know, like, it'll fluff up. It's your sold a dream that you don't even get, so it's not even worth the complications that you get with it anyway.
No, I think this is in a way why the industry has there's like a good side to it and a bad side to it. Like, you've got all of the, you know, amazing transformations. You know, there's some treatments that are used for medical reasons, all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's brilliant in that sense. But then you've got the duck lips, you've got the BBLs, you've got people getting sepsis, you've got people, you know, tissues dying because they've had a VO, etc. You know, you've got such an ugly side to the industry. But again, in my eyes, it comes down to the you know, the ethical values of practitioners and why they're coming into the industry. Because there were certain things, like we just said, that I would not have gone near. I'd have been like, no, you couldn't even pay me to train in them. I would never do that on a client.
Yeah. No. I mean, I got trained in nose. It was just part of it. And I did one nose in my training, but I had, like, supervision. And I go and leave them from that. I was like, I didn't enjoy it. It's not even worth the risk, because you can't tell straight away if there's going to be a complication. Lips, you know there's going to be a complication if it's going to be one. Do you know what I mean? Cheeks, you know. But like, no, that is so dangerous. And a lot of, even like with the BBLs and things like that, there's a lot of clients that aren't going to come to you because they're thinking, oh, it's probably just the healing process. And then they're too far in, and it's like, well, actually, there's no reverse from this now. Like, it's serious. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would never... I have anxiety when I do someone's lips. I have anxiety when I do someone's Botox, and I'm like constantly checking, like, is everything okay? Like, I know there's going to be swelling, but if someone messages me like, oh, I've got this bit of swelling, the anxiety in me, because I'm so like cautious with everything, which is a good thing because it shows I care and it shows that I know, like, why I'm in the industry. And until they're like 100% perfect, I will not leave them alone. But they like that, so it's good. But other people, they just leave you. They're like, this is what your aftercare, this is your aftercare, follow that, see you whenever.
Yeah, I mean, when we was all having a conversation on last week's episode, it was actually really concerning how many clients had said to practitioners that was in the comments last week that, like, clients hadn't ever been told what to look out for a VO when they left. They'd not been shown how to do a cap refill. They didn't understand what the risks even were to be having the lip fillers. You know, insane. Like, why are practitioners? You need to be educating your clients.
Why? But I give them an aftercare leaflet.
Yes.
With everything on it, and I will always do a cap refill with them. And if I see a bit of bruising, I know it's bruising, but for like I know, I'm like, right, this is what you need to do. If your bruising gets worse, ring me, like message me, and then I'll be like, right, do it 10 seconds, send me a video, just so I can, because I don't live near my salon, like I'm 45 minutes away, so if I can't get in, then I'm like, send me a video. Obviously, if I need to go in, I will. But if it's fine, then I'm like, right, yes, fine, you know, cold compress, whatever. But that's mad to me. I could never send someone off and not tell them what to expect. I couldn't do that.
It's crazy, isn't it? No, absolutely insane. So I think like now would be the perfect time then for me to bring up the regulations. Do you think that the regulations should be stricter?
Oh, do you know what? I'm over the regulations.
Pressing me out.
I'm over it because, oh my God, like last year they were so like pressed on it. And they're like, oh, if you haven't done your level 4 by January, then you're going to have to go to college and do your beauty level 3, blah, blah, blah. Like like they were just trying to scare everyone to get into their regulations. And this is why I was going to give it up. So I was like, who can afford, like, I'm a mum of 2. Like, I've got a house and a salon to run. I can't just afford to pay for them willy-nilly. Do you know what I mean? It just so happened that, like, someone that I'd done training with, they did like a discount for students, and it was Black Friday. So between that and the Black Friday offer, I managed to get my level 4, 5, and 7 for £8,000, and I'm paying 150 something pound a month. I would never have been able to do it if it wasn't for that. And to be fair, they're quite good. I think they need to have a bit more. I think they need to know more for themselves what they're doing, because at the moment they're doing this, this, and that, and it's like, oh, we're going to pull that back for a minute and we're just going to focus on this. And it's like, well, no one actually knows what they're doing because you don't know what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? And it's making this massive medic, non-medic situation. Yeah. That stresses me out. That, to me, now, when I see things like scrolling through, I'm like, can't be bothered. I'm not getting involved in that. I don't care. At the end of the day, medics still need to have the same training as us. Do you know what I mean? Like, their status, to me, personally, means absolutely nothing. Nothing. So it's just, there's too many arguing. It's like, this is not what I come into the industry for.
No, I think there's just such a big divide, and there shouldn't be a divide in it. At the end of the day, we are all actually still doing the same thing. It's just, you know, so it is a massive, massive debate. It literally is the non-medic debate, isn't it? And it's causing such friction. And
the thing is, when you look at a lot of complications that are like quite public, they're medics. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you're not really helping yourselves there, guys, because they're medics.
No, I think it's definitely a tough one, isn't it? And I do think that with NHS, there's so many different roles in the NHS that technically it doesn't actually always mean that they are hands-on doing treatments. You know, they can be classed in the NHS with doing
dentists. They can be a dentist and they're classed as a medic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they deal with teeth. We all still have the same training. It is about whether you keep training yourself, how much you've actually taken on board of that training, and how much you're willing to invest in yourself. That's what it comes down to, not the status of your medic or non-medic.
100%. And training in itself, it should never stop, in my opinion. Like you say, you should always be looking for ways to upskill yourself, whether that's through masterclasses or whether it's through networking events, or whether, you know, there's actually shed loads of online free resources like webinars, and you know, pharmacists even do, like, you know, a new product will come out and they'll do like a masterclass on how to use it safely and correctly. And there's so much stuff out there. So in my opinion, there's no excuse for anyone to be sat there and not thinking, oh no, I'm done now. I've done my training. Like, this is what I'm going to do.
The thing is, like, trends change, products change, like everything changes. So like, you have to stay like in the know, because you're going to be lost behind times, and that's where you're a danger to yourself and to your clients. Do you know what I mean? And not only that, like, you're not going to go far if you're not going to keep up to date with things. Like, I've only been doing aesthetics now for 3 years, and so much has changed from when I first started doing aesthetics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's mad. But yeah, regulated courses, I do agree with, like, obviously they're doing the traffic light system, like getting rid of BBLs and that, because like the breast filler.
No.
Why?
Honestly.
And also, like, you can have penis filler, which I find bizarre.
Yeah.
Very bizarre. Like, but yeah, like the breast filler, like, who on their right mind thinks that's safe? Like, if someone found a lump, they're not going to know what that is. They're just going to think it's filler, and actually it could be far more serious than that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, my ring light's just gone completely dead on me. I don't know why it's done that. It was fully charged. I don't know why it's just done that. That's why it's gone dark in here all of a sudden. So with you running a salon then, what are your biggest challenges of running a salon? Because that is everyone's dream in the industry. It's like, start off on that, really? Is that really?
Don't do it. Oh, so my salon, it's weird because it's actually my old childhood sweet shop. It's quite funny. But when I went in there, the desk was still there and everything, because like, this is a bit weird. But so I rented it from, like, it's a shit show basically. So I rented it from someone, and basically the whole shop, they divided into 3 separate shops. So I just had like a portion of the shop, and he was vile. Like, he would come in shouting at me in front of my kids, like, he was disgusting. So then I realized that he was running off somebody else. So I went to him and was like, he needs to go. So he got rid of him, and he was like, well, the shop's yours. Like, so I got rid of everybody else that was there, because it was like an antiques person and a tech person. It's like, well, I actually need the whole shop, because having this, I had a nail tech in as well, and we were all in the same thing. So it was like, I had another lash tech, the nail tech, and me in this small space. So I got rid of everybody. I completely renovated the salon, spent about 10 grand, put in 4 treatment rooms, and then we've got the main reception bit, which I've got now as part of our training area. I mean, I'm still waiting for return on that. Do you know what I mean? And then then this landlord was an absolute arsehole. So he rented it from the council. So I approached the council and I was like, I'm sick of, like, I've had this shop for nearly 3 years. So I'm sick of like going through everybody. Like, I just want to be direct with them. So now I've got it from the council. They're a joke, but never mind. It's hard because like now I'm with the council. It's like the roof, the back roof's gone. Bear in mind I pay building insurance from them, and I've got to repair it, and that's like £5 just to do a basic repair on that. Like the outgoings of the shop, like stressful. And like this month, obviously we've had half term. You know, there's sometimes I can't go to work because Parker can't go to school. Meadow, she's in nursery, but she's also SEN and she won't be going to mainstream. So there's times I get phone calls like, we can't handle it today, you need to come and pick her up. And, you know, I can't work. I've got to cancel work then. So like this month, because I've had like issues with the kids or whatever, it's like all I've made this month is to run the shop. Do you know what I mean? Like it is a money pit. Like it's a dream. It's a dream that we all want, because I think you're like, again, you're sold the dream of like, if you can be well established to have your own salon, like you're winning. And it's like, actually it's just a burden.
Yeah.
So I would rather rent a space.
You know what? So many people have said this. Like I've seen it on other podcasts that other people have done. They're like, you know, what's your recommendation for having a salon? They're all like, don't do it. And even to the point where some people have closed down their salons and they've gone into like, you know, summer house in their back garden and things like that. And
so like, that is the plan.
Yeah. And that's, you know, I know myself and some of my friends in the industry that we all worked from home, and our dream was, we want this big, massive, you know, salon, this, you know, but actually everyone was like, anyone that had a salon was like, don't do it. Do not.
Yeah. So obviously, like my salon's in a different town because I was living in that town at the time. So my mum's basically the manager of that. But it's annoying because I've got my mum in there and I've got my nail tech. It's not like I can just give up the shop, and I do have like at least another year and a half left on the lease before I can give it up. But I'm just at the point where like I could quite easily just fuck the lease off and just be done. Like we're actually moving to a different county now. And I'm like, I'll still stay there. I'd still do like my day clinic now and then. But we went down there today and I was looking at shops and it's like £2,500 a month. And I'm like, I can't just waste all my money on shops. Like I'd rather just work from home. But then I'm like, the professionalism of it.
It does.
You want a salon.
It does. You question yourself. You're thinking, why are people going to come to me if I'm working from home? Then you've got all these big salons, you know. That self-doubt creeps in when actually people come to you because of you. It's not actually about the big space and things like that. But it just gets into your head, doesn't it?
It does. I was thinking about it and I was like, so when I lived up north, I was obviously looking for a lash tech. And it's quite fun. I didn't know why it popped in my head earlier. It's quite funny. But when I went to go get my lashes, I was in her sitting room, led on her sofa. Obviously, I had the baby. She had her kids were running around. Meadow was just sat on the floor. And I'm just on her sofa getting her lashes done. I loved it. Like, then we had a cuppa after. And, like, we just built a really good... Like, I still speak to her now. And that was, like, 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? And she's now got into aesthetics and stuff. But, I mean, I wouldn't have people on my sofa. But I don't mind to have them at home. And I have a lot of people that would, like... A lot of my regulars have said, look, if you want to work from home, I'm happy to come to yours. Like, if you can't get out because of the kids, then I'll just come to your house, which I think is so sweet and they are understanding. But I'm like, my kids are just going to annoy you because they annoy me. Do you know what I mean?
I love that with your clients, because I had a few clients like that, and they'd message you like, is anyone in before me or after me? And he'd be like, no, like, right, I'm coming early, or I'm staying behind after for a latte. And we would, in the summer, we'd sit on the garden and have a latte together, like after an appointment or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just, it's nice having that relationship, because in a salon, you just can't, you can't do that. It's not built that way.
To be fair, like the ethos in my salon, because my mum, she's registered mental health nurse. And obviously, like, mental health is such a big thing for us. Like, I'm bipolar, I've got ADHD, so it's such a big thing. And, you know, domestic violence, like, when you've been through that, you can spot it a mile off. So our salon's very different. Like, our ethos really does run on mental health. And my mum has exactly the same, that 9 times out of 10, we are sat, like, having a coffee and sat on the sofa after their treatments, and we're just talking about life. Some of them are crying, like, give advice. Like, there's been, like, a couple of people I've had to give them the domestic violence number. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I love having the salon, and that's one of the reasons why I love my job, because if I can help in any way to make them safe or feel better that day, that means everything. Yeah. And like, I feel like working from home, I wouldn't be able to do that as much because the kids are running around, and it's like people want to just like, oh, you know, you're a mum, like let you be a mum. Like I wanted to create a safe space for people, and I've done that with the salon, and I really do like that.
Yeah, no, what you've done there is amazing. You've created a safe space for people to go to, which is just absolutely incredible. Like, and I think that just really shows who you are as a person, you've turned your struggles and your challenges into something incredible. Not only just, rebuilding yourself's lives as such, but also creating a business, building up from nothing, going through the worst struggles, and then now it's become a place where people can come to you and approach you and your mum for support with mental health.
And I think it helps, like, a lot of people, like, obviously, like I say, where I'm from, a lot of people, like, everybody knows me, everybody knows what I went through, and I haven't given up. Like, don't get me wrong, there's times I've wanted to give up, there's times I haven't wanted to get out of bed, and there's been days where I haven't got out of bed. Like, most of January, I spent in bed, but my clients were understanding, and they were there at the end of that episode. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, they feel safe enough to know I get it. Like, I've got one client, she suffers with BPD herself, love her dearly, and there's just, like, she'll cancel her appointment. It's not even, I don't even care. And I'm like, my first thing is like, are you okay? I will be. Because I just know, like, her cancelling that appointment, I know what that means. And that's what I love. Like, I really... my clients are my clients. My clients are like everything. Like, I will be on holiday thinking like, oh, I hope this situation's gone okay or whatnot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and it's having that understanding sometimes, isn't it? Because you always kind of hear the debates online, taking a booking fee, when to charge them, if they don't, if the no-show or it's late cancellation and things like that. But then also at the same time, there's a time and a place for policies, in my opinion. This is my opinion.
No.
Time and a place when to enforce my policies. And then, if there was times, I had a few, clients that had, things going on, etc., health conditions as well. And if they didn't no-show, I was more concerned thinking, shit, is she safe? Is she all right? Like, is everything okay? And, it would literally be like, yeah, babe, like, don't worry, we'll just get you moved. Like, it's fine. And I do, I've always been quite big on my policy in that sense. And I'm not a pusher.
I hate having policies in place, but some people just try and mug you right off. Do you know what I mean? So like, deposit wise, like I say to everyone, like, your appointment's not confirmed until you've paid your deposit. But like my regulars or my friends, I'm like, don't worry about the deposit. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, because it's not for you. It's for like new people I know that are going to mug me off. Yeah. And it's like, if they don't show or they cancel on the day, I'm lenient depending on the situation. If it's just because you can't be bothered or it's a pathetic excuse, like, I'm ill, you knew you were ill yesterday, you could have told me you were ill, like, that would have been sound. But like, if there's like serious struggle, yeah, it's fine, like, bit annoying, but we move.
Yeah, no, I was exactly the same. Like, they're human, we're human. Like you say, at the beginning, if you have to take time off, I was the same, because I suffer with really bad anxiety. And there's been times where I've completely lost my head, like, and I'm just like, nah.
But you know what? So I'm the same. Like, I've said to you this whole, like, all day my anxiety. My husband's like, you're going to be fine. You're going to smash it. I'm like, I was burning up at the beginning of this. Like, my anxiety. And it's funny because I'm too anxious to walk out my house some days. But I'll go to work and I'm like, hey, how's your day been?
This is what I mean. It's like we have this persona that we put on. Like, I've been struggling really bad recently. And I even said to my daughter earlier on, how am I going to host my podcast tonight? Because I've been having a meltdown for like, literally, I'm not joking, like 3 weeks now. I've just been really emotional. I kept saying, oh, it's the stars, waiting for the horse.
I'm like,
that's what I've been like. I'm like, there's something going on up there, I'm telling you now. But I've just not felt like okay. Like, and it's okay to not be okay sometimes, And I was like, well, once I want it, I'll be absolutely fine. I know that. But it's just, we do have days like that as business owners. And I think because of social media and how big social media is, people think that we look okay all the time. But actually, what you're seeing is something that I scheduled 5 weeks ago when, everything was looking all hunky-dory in my life. But
this is the thing. People know, like, I'm not in a great place. And they're like, oh, yeah, but you went on a live. Because I made a commitment. Like, the difference is, like, I will have the anxiety and the pressure, and it's like, but I made a commitment, so I have to get through it. Like, I just have to fight my demons. I had a glass of wine beforehand, but, like, we move. Yeah. But, like, I will probably be crippling tomorrow, and, like, oh my God, like, did I say something wrong? And I'm like this at work. Like, I'd be like, my husband will have to give me a pep talk. Like, come on, like, do this. Like, you've got this plan, blah, blah, blah. I'll go to work, and I go on a high because I'm so anxious, and, like, I've got to, like, put on a persona. I end up going on an absolute mentee be high. And, like, you think I'm having the best day of my life, and then everybody leaves. I'm so worn out. I'm like, oh my God, I can't breathe.
And you absolutely crash. Yeah, I'm the same. I went round to see my mum yesterday, and she literally, my stepdad turned around and went, you've not shut up since the minute you've walked in the door. My mum went, yeah, that's not a good sign, that
she's not all right. Coming. My mum is exactly the same.
Literally, but that's how I am. Like, I can go like without seeing anyone, and then I think, right, I'm going to go and try and socialise and get out of my house and my four walls, because I'm pretty much here all the time. I work from home all the time pretty much. And And it's just like, oh, I thought I'm nipping in to see my mum. But yeah, they was like, yeah, there's something not right with you. I was like, I'm just really, I don't know what it is with me at the moment. I feel strange, but it's got to be the stars. It's the stars.
It's got to be, 100%. I'm like that though. Like some days I'm like the other morning, my husband went to work and the kids were at my mum's because it was my study day and didn't have a bloody car. Half time, just what you need. And I was like, it was 7 o'clock and I couldn't go back to sleep. Like, it's the only morning I've got for a lie. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to force myself out. I'm going to walk to the gym, which I never do because the point of having a car is to get there quicker. But I'm going to walk to the gym. I'm going to listen to a podcast. Blah, blah. And then I was like, oh, my headphones are in my husband's car. So I'm just laid in bed for ages. Like, oh, what am I going to do then? And then it's like, as the morning was going on, I rang my mum. I was screwing. She's like, what do you need me to do? And I was like cabin fever was rife. Yeah. But I couldn't bring myself to leave the house. And my mum's like, do you want me to come and pick you up? And I'm like, what? To just sit in your house? Then it turned out my car was actually ready the day before. So then I'm even more livid because I'm like, I could have had my freedom. So I went and got my car and took the kids out, went to the beach, and I literally just stood there and went, because that anxiety and that like mental strain to just do a simple task like walk out the front door was hard.
And it is. It really is. There's you know, there is them days, and people don't see that side of business owners at all. No one sees that, you know.
People just think we go to work, we do our job, we leave. I can't expect, like, it's got to a point my husband's like, no phones in the evening because I'm creating content, I'm researching, I'm doing orders, I'm replying to messages, I'm checking in on clients, there's always, like, I don't stop working. Like, when I go on holiday now, I've got 3 clients. As soon as I post something on my social media, you're not meant to be working. Like, I get told off so much because I'm always working. And I'll be 3 o'clock in the morning, something pings in my head, oh, I've got to look at that.
Literally. I used to be someone that was in bed that early, and now it's like I can still be up at 2, 3 in the morning thinking I've got to get this done. I mean, there was a one day last week, I think it was on Tuesday, I was like, right, there's something that I need to get done, ready for a launch that's coming up for CEO Digital. And I was like, right, I've got to have a whole day on the laptop. I have got to get this done because I've just not had time to do it. I was on the laptop from like 8, 10 in the morning till 12:15 the next morning. So I've done like a 16, 17 hour stretch, right? And thought, right, that's enough now for today. Like that, you physically can't do any more today. You need to go and get some rest. The next day, I couldn't get out of bed. It absolutely
kills you.
Burnt me out. I was just like, nah, today's just not happening. I don't think I even got up till 1:30 in the afternoon.
It's draining. Like, no, like the pressure of work. Obviously, I'm doing my regulated courses as well. So like I do try and dedicate a day, and it's hard, right? If anyone's going to do their regulated courses, God bless you, because it is hard. And obviously because of my ADHD, I get distracted. So like I'll do one thing and then something happens, I'm stressed. So I'm there longer than I need to be, but it's so draining, and you're retaining all this information, and then it's like you've still got other work stuff to be doing. That's why I get so distracted, because I'm like, oh, I need to reply to this person. Oh, I need to do content for that. And like, there's so much going on. Like, you're literally doing 10,000 jobs by just one person. Like, it's too much. I even thought about, like, do I get someone in to do my social media? They're not going to do it how I want it to be done. Do I get someone to do this? Like, no one can do it as best as you can do it. So it literally is all on you. It is exhausting.
It is really, really exhausting. And it's rewarding, but I think sometimes you can kind of doubt yourself, thinking, right, well, because so much work needs going into something, for example, like the kind of bit like the things that I'm doing, etc. There's so much work, but at the moment, because nothing's kind of been launched or anything, you're not actually seeing results.
Yeah, fair play to you, because honestly, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't.
It's tough.
I really want to be, and the problem is, like, within this industry now, like, you have got to be a content creator at the same time. And I'm sorry, but if my mental health's bad, like, my socials are deactivated. I don't want to be on social media. So if, like, I get this is where my imposter syndrome comes in, because it's like I could create great content. I don't want to be online. Like, some days I'm like, yeah, I'm buzzing. We're going to do loads of online stuff because I've got all this confidence. And then the next day I'm like, who the hell did I think I was? Do you know what I mean?
It's true though. Imposter syndrome is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. And I think, you know, you do doubt yourself so much. And we are our own worst enemies massively, you know. Absolutely, we all doubt ourselves. Like, you know, how you're saying, oh, you're going to panic tomorrow. Like, oh, did I say the wrong thing? That is me. That is me. Honestly, like, even having an interaction with someone in the street and, like, you open a door for them and instead of saying thank you, you say something weird, and then I'm thinking about it for a week. Like, I can't leave it.
That's exactly what I'm like. Or like my tone of voice. I'm like, oh, have they taken that correctly? Like, what's like? Because my mum, I think she's in here somewhere. And thankfully my clients know me, but like, I am brutal in the way I speak to people sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually, and then they leave and I'm like, oh. One client, for instance, like she's had a bit of an issue, like marital issues, and I don't know her that well. And I said, listen, babe, I'm going to be honest with you. And I've gone in. And then the next day I messaged her, I was like, are you okay? She's like, I'm not going to pay for therapy. I'm just going to come and see you. And I thought, oh my God. My mum, she's here, that I even said to my mum, I was like, I like literally went in on her. Like, because I'm very passionate about certain things. And I would apologize first because I know I can be rude, but like, I'm going to go in, but the next day I was like, oh God, like that was a bit harsh, Kizzy. Like you shouldn't have been like that. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what though? I think, having passion though, it's like the biggest thing as well. Like, so if I'm passionate about something, I'm putting it out there, and people might think, oh God, she's going a bit deep into this. And I'm like,
my mum just like, oh God, here we go again, Kizzy. No, my mum, she knows me very well, and I'm like it with her. And like, obviously we work in the salon together. So I am snappy with her at times, and then I've got to apologise to people because it's like, she is my mum. So I do snap at her because like, she's my person, do you know what I mean? But then like, she'll hear me like come to the door, like sometimes you can hear us from like each other's rooms. She's like, you went in a bit much there, didn't you? Or like, that was a bit much. Like, oh well, people have got to learn, haven't they, somehow?
they'll be all right.
They'll be fine. One thing, you got to be tough-skinned around me, that's for sure. But again, this is why I get the clients that I get, because I have no filter at all.
But people like that though. People like it. People buy into people. If people didn't want that straight talk, because I'm a very straight talking person. All of my friends are, my circle of friends, we are so straight talking. And if we don't say it, our face will say it. I tell you that right now. We're literally all look at each other like, well, that's just give it away. Whatever was all thinking. We all know what each was thinking in that group, But I think being straight talking, it's actually needed. Like, I do actually think it is needed at times, because especially in the work that we do, we're not beating it around the bush, babe. It needs to be said sometimes, because would you rather us be honest or be like, oh no, it's all right? No, actually, it's not all right. Like,
this is like another thing that I've picked up from like other salons. They're all nicey to your face. They say what you want to hear. As soon as you leave, they slag you off. Yeah, and like anyone that rents space in my salon and one thing, I'm not a bitch. I don't condone bitching. Like, we say it as it is. If you don't like it, you know where the door is. But if you like it, then you're in the right place. Like, that's pretty much what we say. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but I'm just not a fake person. I just can't do it. Like, I can't lie for toffee. And like you say, my face would say it if I didn't say it.
Yeah, and I think clients can pick up on an environment, whether it is a nice environment to work with and whether everyone gets on. Mm-hmm. Like, I've had people say to me, like, they've not gone back to salons because, a client just had a treatment done and they've walked out the door, and then one of the people that's working there has said something about that client. Like, mm-hmm. I've heard that. I am talking a good 10, 20 times.
I've been in that situation. Yeah, and I'm like, why are we doing that? Like, you're literally pretending to be their best friend. And then as soon as they walk out the door, you slag them off. Like, what are you doing? And I just think, if you're saying that about them, what are you saying about me?
It's insane, isn't it? It is.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, because we've been on for like nearly an hour and a half, it goes so quick. I told you it goes quick, didn't I? Like, honestly, I could literally be on here with you all night, and we're gonna have to do a part 2. I'm gonna be like, we need a back anyway. But now with everything that you have achieved, because you have achieved so much, what does success mean to you now, as opposed to what it felt like before, or what it meant to you before?
You know what my problem is like, I don't think I'll ever be satisfied with it, because I'm always chasing for the next thing. Like, my mum will tell you, like, I'm always like, right, okay, well, we've completed this. What can I do now? Like, I'm always, what's next? I can't just sit in what I'm in at the moment and appreciate how far I've come. Like, I have obviously a lot of clients that know exactly what I've been through over the last couple of years. And they're like, oh my God, like, you've achieved so much and through everything you've done. And for me, it's like, it's life. Like, you just get on with it. Like, you just got to do what you got to do to get through life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I from where I was as like a teen to now, like, I shouldn't even be alive. So the fact that I've done all this, but it's a fight to keep going. And like, now I've got 2 young kids. Like, for me, I just want to be free for them. Like, we're moving, and I said, like, I want it to be that we work around the kids, not the kids are around work. Like, I want that kind of freedom, because obviously, they have their needs. I need to be present, a lot more present than I was constantly chasing the next high. And that's the problem. Like, my mum will sit there, like, she tells me all the time how proud she is. Even my nan, like, how proud they are, like how much I've achieved, and I'm like, it's just a job. Do you know what I mean? I don't see the success. I would like to be able to sit there and think, bloody hell, like I've done it.
Yeah, and you really should. Like, honestly, your whole story and journey is just so inspiring. Like, it really is. And if there's anybody that's watching this, like, and they're feeling stuck in life or business, like, what would you say to the person? Like, what would you say to yourself back then, like where you are now?
You should never give up.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got a goal, keep chasing it. And I think for me, when it comes to training or anything, or obstacles, and basically when life throws everything at you for you not to be where you need to be, push through that wall and just keep going. Because if you can get through all that and end up where you want to be, that is the greatest achievement. Like, you're showing up for yourself. And I've got 2 kids that need to see that they can do it themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just showing up for me, I'm showing up for them. And I want, like, my kids, like, I'm always like, well, what do you want to do when you're older? Like, what business can we set up now so when you're older, we've got it for you? Do you know what I mean? Like, I would happily set up business. Like, they're only 9 and, well, 8 and 4. But I'd happily set up businesses now so they can do little bits. Like, Meadow watches me in the salon and whatnot. Parker does admin for me sometimes when he comes in. But I want them to have that ethic that, like, no matter what, you just keep going.
And I love that. I mean, my son's 10, and I think it was not last year, the year before, I got a phone call from his school saying that he'd been selling sweets in the bushes and on dinner and playtime. So what he'd done is he'd been trick-or-treating, got loads of sweets, thought, oh, do you know what, I'm going to sell them. And he made an absolute killing at the school. But obviously there was the concerns of allergies and things like that. So he was told he couldn't do it. But I was like, do you know what, son? I'm bloody impressed, because you literally thought, do you know, I'm going to make something out of this. He got, you know, a load of free stock in his eyes, and then he sold it all on. And then over the summer holidays, he set up like a little stall outside the house and sold sweets and football cards and stuff. And again, he made hundreds of pounds. Like, honestly, it's just, and I think, do you know what? I love that. Like, I just love that, because they see, you know, a hard-working mum, because they do. And your kids do suffer sometimes, don't they? Because we are so hard-working, they do. There's no dispute about it, and the mum guilt is real at times.
I hate it, because, like, you think, like, this half term, I'm like, I want to do this and this with the kids. Obviously, unfortunately, the car ends up going in the garage, and it's like, when you've got to work, you've got to work. Like, Tuesday, flat out, can't work, it's my busiest day. But then it came to Friday, and I didn't really plan on working Friday. But then I had, like, quite big clients in, and it's like, I can't really turn it down. So, like, the kids suffered from that, because, like, it's not that money's more important, but the bills still need to be paid. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
And, like, the thing is, like, we do nice things. Like, we have nice holidays. The kids have nice stuff. We have nice day trips. It's like, that doesn't pay for itself. So it's hard. But, like, Parker, like, he's at an age that's like, you graft to get what you want in life. You wouldn't have the nice things if I didn't graft as much as I did. And I want him to have the same mindset when he's older. Like, you've got to graft.
100%. And they do pick up on it. Like, my son's already been going through a business plan on what he's planning on doing this summer holidays. I mean, I think he's decided on doing car washing, but we've got a car wash down at the bottom of the road, and he wants to charge the same. And I'm a bit like, son, you know, let's do a bit of market research on who's going to pick you over the professional ones down the bottom of the street, you know.
Well,
and he's
like, you say that, but people would rather pay a kid to clean their car than go to a big place.
They would. And I was like, you know, I said, yeah, I'll come with you. Like, obviously, I'm not going to let him go off on his own. He's 10 years old. I was like, I can come with you. I can do the roof of the cars and stuff. And he's like, right, okay, well, you need to book some time off work to help me. And I'm like, yeah, all right. I would never say to him, like, no. Like, I think it's incredible that even at the age of 10 years old, I always say to him, like, you're like a mini Alan Sugar. Like, he really is. He is going to be the next Alan Sugar, that kid is, I tell you, honestly. So, finally then, before we do go, what comes next for you? Because obviously I know you're doing your training, well, you're studying at the moment, aren't you? What comes next?
Good question. I mean, if I was to dream big, I would like to get this. I want to get more people into the salon, because I can step away from this salon and open up a new salon where we're moving to. And just kind of like, if I can, step into the teaching a little bit more. Yeah. That would be big. I would love it. Like, my sister lives up, like, Bedfordshire. Like, I'd like to have a salon up there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to have a salon dotted everywhere. I mean, I don't know who I think I am.
No,
but
you're a boss bitch, babe. You are going to have salons everywhere, and I'll be one day, I'm like, yeah, she was on my podcast, like on my second episode, like, you know. No, but the thing is, I always say to people, it's never, you know, oh, I'm dreaming too big. Like, you will achieve anything that you put your mind to. Like, I am a strong believer in that. Like, I am like a proper like spiritual manifestation queen. Like, I am. I'm like, I can do whatever I put my mind to, you know. And I'll never have anyone tell me that I can't, because I have had people say to me in the past that I can't.
The worst thing is, if someone says I can't do it, I bet your ass I'm gonna do it. It's that simple. I'm like, I'll prove you wrong.
Motivation, literally, you're motivating me to do it even more. So no, okay, that's amazing then. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna book in for my Japanese head spa when you're qualified in that, and then we'll get an update and see what you're up to next. Because I think it's, you know, you're always chasing the next thing, but I think that's an ADHD thing as well, and just that you're incredible. Yeah, we're never satisfied ever.
No. I should be content. I'm a lot further than a lot of people, but I just think you've got one life. Do you know what I mean? Like, leave a stamp. Like, do something with it.
100%. And you do. I always say to people, live the life that you want unapologetically. Like, do what you want to do. Like, I don't care what people think of me, or whether they're laughing at me, or they're thinking, who does she think she is on you know, doing videos and content and things like that. Yeah, Clancy, I'll book in with you too. She really will. Like, honestly, me and Clancy will be straight there. Like, honestly, you won't get rid of us. But yeah, like, I think you just got to push through. Like, because I guarantee there's so many people that don't chase their dreams out of fear.
And to be honest, I'm like, believe it or not, I have so much fear that I could probably be a lot bigger than I am if it didn't hold me back. Like I say, like with my mental health, I get real bad imposter syndrome, and I shut the world out because I just think, who does she think she is? And then she comes back like a boss bitch, and she's like, I am a boss bitch, and we're doing boss bitch energy. Like, I'm here for it. Honestly. And that's when, like, I have like a month or two where I'm in boss bitch energy, and it's like, go, boom, 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 boom. We've got all of this done. And then I go back into my little cave again and we'll hide.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, all that stuff that went really well when I was on, like, being an absolute boss bitch, smashing it, I've now got to do that, but now I'm like, sat there like, oh, that's not me. I don't know who that person is. It's mad. It is mad. Okay, babe. So where can people find you on? Because I know obviously you're on TikTok and you're on Instagram, aren't you? So what are your usernames on them, so people know where to find you and search for you?
So obviously, funnily enough, this TikTok was actually a personal one, but it's kind of just like clanged into work. So I don't even know what my name is. I think it's just Kszandra, isn't it? Instagram is urban_lash_aesthetics, and then we've also got the circle. I think it's the.circle.somerset, and then Facebook, the Urban Lash Aesthetics, and again the circle.
Bro. And what I will do anyway is when I do upload this for the replay in the hub and on YouTube as well, I will put your handles under there so people can easily just copy them and things like that anyway.
There's one thing I also do with my like my work socials. I do try and put a bit of work in, so I don't like, so I do like a day in the life. Some mornings I'm up at 6 o'clock. I mean, I'm in the gym, and then before I've even got to work, I've gone to the gym, I've since into the house, got the kids ready for school, took Meadow to nursery, blah blah blah, and then I'm at work for 9 o'clock. So I try and keep it like, I try and do like personal aspects, because people need to know you on a personal level. It's not just this is what I do.
Agreed. And I think, you know, you need to be showing your face in this industry. Like, I know who I need to know who I'm going to, because I'm, you know, because I'm such a nervous person, I'm really anxious. I need to know that person. I need to know, in a way, am I going to gel with them? Like, am I going to be a bit too much for them because I am anxious? But, you know, like when you're doing the day of the lives and you're doing, like, you know, relatable content, it's a bit like, oh yeah, no, it's just a bit of me. Like, you can read someone through a screen, in my opinion. Like, 100, it's so powerful. And I always say to people that are a little bit too scared to get in front of the camera, like, babe, just do it. Like, I promise you, once you've done it, you'll be like, oh, not that bad, actually. I mean,
I'm joking. My friend's been trying to get me to do a TikTok live for about a year. And I'm like, nope. She's like, oh, like, we'll just do the mornings, because we both really wanted to give TikTok a go. And I was like, I can't do it, but I might venture into it a little bit more now.
But you're proving to yourself now that you can. You've just gone live on TikTok, and anyone can come in on TikTok. Like, it's so different to other platforms. Like, these are all different people. Like, a lot of these people that have popped through aren't even following me. Like, so, you know, you've smashed it. You should be really proud of yourself, honestly.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All because of you.
Oh, no, you're so welcome. And I'm going to have you back on again, because I feel like there's even still more of the story. So, like, I'm going to message you like, I need you back. Because we need to do another hour and a half session, because honestly, it's just, but no, you've just got so much to share. And I feel like it's just not enough time. I could sit on here till midnight with you, honestly. I could, but I love England as much as what probably you can, so.
Yeah. 100%.
Right, babe. Is there anything else that you want to add before we jump off?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Just like you said, like, obviously I've been through a lot. And although I have imposter syndrome, I do like to think that if you can see how the struggles that I've had and you're still sat on the fence, like, I've got too much history to push forward for something, actually just use that and fight for what you want is the best thing that I ever did.
100%. 100%. And I think finding that fire inside yourself, it shapes your ambition. I think it changes a person. But you know, I always say to people, yes, you're a victim. We are victims of things that we've been through, but use that as your biggest motivation, and it will turn you into the most powerful person ever. You'll never look back. Like
surviving situations you should not have come out of. That's being on top. But if you can then make something of yourself and not just show people that are gossiping, but show the people that done that to you, that actually all you've done is made me a better person. And you always think, especially when you've been in DV relationships, you come out of it and think they're going to do so much better than me. I'm so damaged. Actually, I'm the best version of my fucking self. Yeah. Like, I'm the best version in every way for myself. And like, I would never have had my business if I didn't go through what I went through. I would never have met my husband. That I wouldn't be the mum that I am. Like, I always thrive for better for them because of what I went through.
Yeah. And to me, that just shows everything. You know, it's traumatic things that you know been through and other people in this situation, but look at what you've achieved.
I laugh at, like, I talk to my clients and I laugh about like traumatic shit, and they're like, you can just see that free flow, and I'm like, yeah, I almost got murdered in Ibiza, and like that, I don't know how I come back alive, and they're like, like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm alive.
Yeah. Honestly, no, you absolutely are incredible, and thank you so much, because you was literally like the second person to reach out to me, like when I very first released it, like that I wanted to do a podcast.
I commented on it and I went to my husband. Don't know why I just did that.
No, I was so buzzing. Like, honestly, now my slots are filled till July, which I think is insane in itself. But no, you was like the second person to reach out to me, and I was like, yes, like, thank you so much, because you know it's so powerful, because I don't just want people on the podcast that are sharing just these massive, I've achieved this in 2 months, or, you know, because you do hear it. It's a lot of editing, a lot of all these big fancy studios. I didn't want that. The real stories are the relatable ones and the struggles that people have been through. So I was absolutely buzzing.
Well, I do believe we should all support each other. So
100% collaboration over competition every single day. That's what I say. Damn right. Right, I'm going to let you go. You go and have your glass of wine now. You go and chill, honestly. And you've been absolutely fabulous. I'll drop you a message tomorrow. And thank you very much to everyone that tuned in and joined. It's very much appreciated. And I'll see you all in 2 weeks' time for episode 3. Okay.
Take care. Bye.